Hi everyone in both my Project 3 classes on Fridays. So today, hope you're all very well. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for the students who have got in contact with me and have sent me their work. I am saying this right now that everyone who hasn't, please get in contact with me as soon as possible, okay? I want to see your work and I want to make sure that you're getting your work done, okay? Another thing that's been brought to my attention is that some of you are asking me about, are there going to be any videos in regards to Trinity? Well, there is good news. I will be doing a special video dedicated to Trinity 5, okay? Because most of you who are going to be doing Trinity will be doing Trinity 5, okay? So most of you will be doing Trinity 5. And just to explain, Trinity 5 level-wise is B1.1. So B1.1, so that's low level, low B1, whereas Trinity 6 is B1.2. So it's the higher end of B2. So B1.1 is the lower end of B1, okay? So you're starting into B1, all right? Because some of you were not so sure, okay? So it has been brought to my attention, and I do promise today I'll be doing a short introduction, and then next week I'll be doing a full video on Trinity 5 exclusively. Okay, so today's lesson, everybody, is going to focus on Project 3. Okay, so on your focus of lesson in your books, for Project 3 books, this video will be split into 3 parts. Okay, so there'll be 3 parts to this. In part 1, what I'm going to be looking at with you is we'll be looking at pages 63 and 64. In part 2, we'll be looking at the revision on page 66, which also, page 66 will count towards your Unit 5 exam. It will count partially to your Unit 5 exam. And then in part 3, as you may have seen on my timetable, it says Term 2 review. So I'm just going to briefly review over past simple and past continuous, a and an, and the, so indefinite and indefinite articles, and also present perfect. And also as well, I would do a quick introduction just to go through Trinity, what you need to be thinking about at this moment. Okay, so are we all ready to start? And I hope you're all well. Okay, so can I ask you all to open your Project 3 books? So it's your green book. This is the teacher's book, but your student's book, okay, student's book, to page 63. So page 63. Okay, so open them up very, very quickly. Now, some of you, anyone who has done the portfolio stuff, I haven't also as well. I have not marked, I haven't got a chance to correct it yet. I will correct them momentarily and I will give you back your work accordingly and give you your feedback this week. Okay, so just watch your emails for a message from me, okay? Right. Okay, so there are some activities that I want you to complete. So we're looking at down here on page 63, Everyday English. Useful expressions. Okay, so useful expressions. Now, what I want you to do for a moment, everybody, is to look at exercises 3A and 3B. Okay? Now, so 3A and 3B. So, in 3A, I want you to match the halves of the expressions. I want you to match the halves of the expressions, okay? And with 3B, I want you to use the expressions in exercise 3A to respond to the sentences 1 to 6. So, for example, if you look at 3A, we're going to match the halves of the expressions for one example. So 3A, if I said sorry, look at the other side, the second column. So if I say sorry, would you say sorry, arrived too? Nah, doesn't work. Would you say sorry dear? No. Would you say sorry I'm late? Yes, would be the answer. So you say sorry I'm late. You go like, no, sometimes when you come to my class, you go knock knock, sorry I'm late. Okay, when I say that's all right, take a seat. Okay, so look at the first half of the expression and then put it together. And then in 3B, So for example, use the expressions in exercise 3A to respond to sentences 1 to 6. You say, sorry, I'm late. What would you put with 3B? So with 3B, you could say, the lesson started 10 minutes ago. Okay, so the lesson started 10 minutes ago. With teachers can be a bit strict. Okay, so give yourself 4 to 5 minutes, pause the video. Okay, so pause this video and complete the activity. Okay, and complete the activity. Okay, now we're going to move on to exercise 4A and 4B. Okay, so 4A and 4B. Okay, so with the previous exercise, you either take a photo, type your answers, and email them to me. Okay, and email them to me and I can correct them. Okay, so we have just and present perfect. Now, the use of just is usually quite prominent in the present perfect. So we can use the present perfect to talk about a recent event. And when we're talking about something that happened recently, which is like, could be hours or a day after it happened, it's very recent, we often use just with it. So look at the sentences from the story and put just in the correct place. So look at 4A for a moment. Give you a minute, okay? Give you a minute. 1 and 2. Where do we put just? Where do we put just? Pause the video quickly and complete 4A. Okay, so welcome back. So we'll go through 4A together. So, I've arrived too. Where does just go? Where does just go? So in number 1, we would say, I've arrived too. I've just arrived too. So you would say, I've just arrived too. Okay, so I've just arrived too. And then number 2, he's phoned to say he'll be late. What will we say here? He's just phoned to say he'll be late. Okay, he's just phoned to say he'll be late. Okay, excellent so far. Now, everybody, I want you to look at 4B and exercise 5. Say what's just happened and use the cues. So, we have lunch. How do we use that? So you need to use just in this instance. So, we've just had lunch. We have just had lunch. So if I say I blank I send a text to my friend. How do we make that up? How do we make that sentence up? Any ideas? Think about it. Okay, so you have I have, which is common in present perfect. I have, or if in contraction, I've just sent. Don't say send, sent. Sent. So sent is past participle. I have just sent a text to my friend. Okay? What I need you to do now is complete exercise 4B with appropriate sentences. All right? Then in number 5, make dialogues. So I want you to make dialogues using just and present perfect. Use the cues and your own ideas. So for example, with number 1, would you like a drink? No and have. So you can say, would you like a drink? No thanks. I have just had a milkshake. So you have to create your own dialogues here. And I want you to see how well you can practice with these. Okay? So for both 4B and 5, I'm giving you 8 to 9 minutes. So pause the video and complete both activities, please. All right, so complete both activities. Okay, everybody. Now, I want you to open your books. In your books, I want you to go to the next page, which is culture. Okay, so culture today for Unit 5. Now, today we're also going to look at, do you understand the words hero and heroine. Hero and heroine. So, hero is a male warrior who is very well known, and a heroine is a female warrior or a female or someone who is a hero is someone who does something good. Could be a warrior, could be a famous it could be a famous leader, different things like that. A hero and a heroine. So hero is masculine, heroine is feminine. Okay, so it's a famous person who has done a lot for other people or for their country, for their different things like that. And for anyone who is thinking any funny ideas, be very careful who you choose as a hero or a heroine, okay? All right, just saying, because I know some of you are quite comical. All right. Now, I want you to look at this, okay? I want you to look at this for a moment. I want you to read the text about heroes and heroines. I want you to match the names to the descriptions, okay? There are two things I want you to do in regards to number one. I want you to read the text, underline any vocabulary you don't understand. Any vocabulary you do not understand, you can email me and ask me a question about it. Okay, so ask me some questions about it as well. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 minutes to complete number one. So number one on page 64, I'm giving you 5 minutes now to complete that. Okay, everybody. Now, hopefully you have answered these questions. Okay, so I hope you've answered these questions and names to the descriptions. So make sure you send them to me so I can see your answers. Now, activity 2. Which person is connected to these places and why? So all I want here is a short sentence for each one. So for each answer, which person is connected to these places and why. So you need to read through the text and do that. And the other thing you need to do is 3A and 3B. What two queens are mentioned? And 3B, match these cues to the correct queen. So out of the two queens, which queen is who? Okay? If you're not sure, you can email me and I can go through it with you. Okay? So 4, compare with your country. Give examples of famous statues of national heroes and heroines and statues or places named after famous people in your town. Okay? So link what you're talking about in Spain. Who are famous statues of national heroes and heroines? And statues or places named after famous people in your town. Okay? So remember, you can talk about your own heroes or heroines here in Spain. And I want to ask you all a question, and I want you to answer this. Here's a question for you all. Who is your favourite hero or heroine and why? Who's your favourite hero or heroine and why? Okay, so let me know by email, or send a photo of it and send me. You can send me you can type it, photo it, so on and so forth. Okay, same drill as usual to the email address in the description in this video. And just for example, the final question for this: why are the people commemorated? Commemorated is why are they celebrated? Why are they celebrated? Okay, why are these people celebrated? Okay, so think about those questions. Give yourself about 15-20 minutes to do these activities. Take a photo, send them to me, or you can type them and send them to me. And if you have any questions, do email me. Okay? All right? Okay, so that is the end of part 1 of our lesson. Tune into part 2, where I'm going to talk about the revision for Unit 5. Okay? Good work so far. See you in part 2.